I became part of the UN Swissindo delegation earlier this year after I was approached to participate in a global initiative called the CVAC system, Creator Value Asset Centre. When it was explained to me what the CVAC system represented, what it could do for mankind and how it all worked, I thought to myself, could this possibly be true? A humanitarian project that promises the empowerment of people, the eradication of world starvation, poverty, war, enslavement. This was something I could not refuse. And even though I had run my own charity for many years, this was an opportunity that benefited all of mankind, and not just a single group of people. Thanks to Mr. Sugi, holder of Swissindo Trust Fund, an extraordinary opportunity has been created for the freeing of humanity and the return of the eternal essence to people. Whilst I speak from the heart space of a delegate, social worker and charity founder of the Cancer Natural Therapy Foundation, I speak also from the heart space of a living being, one who understands what it feels to be subjected to control and restrictions, having lived through many hardships myself and witnessed this also in the lives of others. Our life experiences serve to remind us that we are ultimately human, irrespective of age, nationality, race or gender. Every living being by birthright is inherently bestowed upon the inalienable right to be treated with respect and dignity, the right to food and clean water, shelter and right to live in peace. Such human rights are not determined by the government and cannot be subjugated by any outside authority. Over the years, unfortunately, we have seen a rapid decline of human rights as more and more control mechanisms are increasingly put into place to restrict our freedom and enslave us into a debt-driven system. The escalating living costs no longer afford us the right of dignity, the security of a home, the right to free drinking water, and right to food that is nourishing and free from toxins. Every aspect of our life is driven by money-generating corporate bodies, both government and non-government. Our world has been drastically fragmented to the extent that our life can no longer function in a cohesive, harmonious, and balanced manner that sustains the fulfillment of our eternal essence and the beauty of co-creation. The veil of illusion has now been lifted, and no longer must we tolerate the tyranny of war and deprivation, starvation and escalating diseases and health problems for which cures are conveniently never found. Gone are the days where we must grovel for financial relief, be it because of unemployment, illness, or simply the inability to meet the high cost of gas and electricity. No longer can we turn a blind eye to the atrocities, social injustices and scarcity that are increasingly overcoming our world, the suppression of free energy technology and cures, the toxic poisoning of our food and water and environment. The time has come to reflect upon what it is we want for ourselves and our future generation, and establish the understanding that we are not separate from one another. What we choose to ignore will persist within ourselves and in our future. The world we see is a reflection, indeed, of our choices for which we must take responsibility. The truth of the matter is we cannot solve today's global problems with the same consciousness used to create the very same problems. We must seek to change our perception and way of resolving the problems of today using a new conscious awareness that better serves the world. We need to rely upon our inner resources to understand with greater skill and depth the patterns of change we are living through, as this is the most extraordinary time in human history. It is a time of phenomenal transition and transformation. And thanks to Mr. Sugi, and through Mr. Sugi and our own free will, we now have the opportunity to participate in these changes and become the change that we want to see. Through the CVAC system, an opportunity is presented to all of us to transform the world and create a world of prosperity, governance, peace and freedom. I wish to express my utmost gratitude to Mr. Sugi, who has given us all this opportunity to participate in these global changes. I thank You, the government of Laos, for becoming the first to sign the World CVAC and now a mentor to other governments of the world. Thank you also to those members of Parliament who have currently expressed their support to the CVAC for the CVAC system. From the depth of my heart, I invite all our state and federal members of Parliament to join us in a World CVAC system. We, the delegates, invite you to become the great pioneers of historical changes, setting the pace for a new vision, a new world, a new paradigm. I appeal to all our members of Parliament and all the governments of the world. The time has come for change. We are the change. We are the change that you are seeing before your very eyes, and through CVAC we can make this vision a reality. I thank you all in anticipation and trust that this gift to humanity will be honoured and celebrated throughout the world.